Karibu sana muretheri wa Meru TV na ngaguchukira ngatho chimwanya nuntuba gwitana mbere na kuturumira nonjora nkobwirite nkethira ngichokere gichunche gietu kebieri kire kumurika utongeria na nkuruki uchumi bwa nthiguru ya Kenya mantu cha maingine jetitana mbere kuthithika na kagita jagegoro minister wa kigina John Badi na rombere kuthurwa kithoma kigina kia 2026-2027 na ndene studio ndire na mutaalamu oro kumba kuthurwa akishia kana kumba kuthurwa ketu kiarire mantu cha tukimurika kigina hiki ikethurwa gikireta impact iriko kire mwananchi wa kawaida. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
Umba kuthurwa gitegera kamera ya Meru TV ukethi mutegeri wa Meru TV uchi introduce umbe kuthurwa gikumenya.
Ngukethi mutegeri wa Meru TV na ariari I'm back again Felista Kidenji muthomi kana muthoji wa siasa kana na gichungu political scientist tutegera kiundani impact iria budget igoro na economy yetu raitite na uria kethira affect politics yetu especially reto engerie electioneering periods tuthomithanie na tujadiliane uria mantu jomba gutu affect kana nya tubati kuja approach yate for the better good ya kila mtu.
Karibu
Thank
sana.
you so much.
You look good.
Thank you. You look good.
Thank you. Nande muthenya jwa goro.
Yeah.
Tukiambiria umbere touching the hearts of Kenyans. Muthenya jwa goro minister wa kigina John Badi na rombere kuthurwa ki present review ya budget ya 2026 na 2027.
Yes.
Kire parliament. Na kire budget yeji baingi ba Kenya ni bererigirite maybe ikathethe yakanekethro ikifocus more kubokiri economically kana itithro ikibainiria lakini irejire ifocusite more infrastructure kana more mantuja uthondeki bwa mirandi kigi sector ya kithomo ni kiri kigena gikinene sector ya ugima bwa mwiri ni kiri kigena gikinene and at that point thirikari nirigiri kujukia kana nirigiri kuromba 1 trillion chia ku cover the deficit. Do you think at this point kwino mukenya akomba kuthura yani ukukuringana ugo kutegera gwaku no kuona ikifavor mukenya wa kawaida kana ugore ona irireta advantage na disadvantage iriko kire budget ije
kithomo gitei no gima bomwiri tikabothoki so reko na infrastructure tiko thitho cha kithomo kana ugima bomwiri it's not a bad thing. But then kire finance bill raba to present era kana prospective finance bill era turonete kuratwika the intention is to mwananchi alitithirwa tax na kuinyereka kenda tutukai marandu tukuria so re tukuromba a whooping 1 trillion then tuga bareset double standards nonto utemba kutwika nande mwananchi ariro mwanka wa inyeretwe ara inyeretwe so that we pay back what we owe but nande ukejo twika we've not yet paid back what we owe na tukuromba na another extra trillion. It's a double standard na ikwira mwananchi in short mutorera kana kuinyereka kukunyerekete guteta utuinyerekete guteta gukinyia agugeta gugitagia and the expectations and baba ingi irari the cost of living is already too high expectation irari at least for this financial year focus ire ku caution kana ku at least tikumenya ka caution eta na Kimeru gwikira you know the caution there gite so that you're not kenda mtu atinyo muno the expectation irari mwananchi akethra nande akiona relief so it beats logic kutwira motorere juitete kenda tore marandu and we are borrowing more than we need. Not I would expect that resources ira tugutunya batu in taxes should be at least enough kana should go a long way to supplement in infrastructure kuthithwa so I think we are borrowing too much and mwananchi abati go expect that things are going to get worse not better.
Kukuringana ugwe kana maoni jaku nontu bando parliament kana bunge batiramba kuthirwa bagitegera kigina giki.
Yes.
Kulingana na ugo ubatire uriuga kimbo kithirwa gigikurukwa kana gigakurukwa.
So any parliamentarian when interest chamoringe kuro we at heart will aga seek amendments cha budget ira kienda gutwika we are not borrowing that much na mwananchi na kona relief. Nonto tell me why we are borrowing that much too baruga barenda gwikira mbeca gikithomo na allocations cha even the previous year. But capitation area jana 19 shillings per student. I mean what we have already we can't even see it. Na ndiribi tukorombera tukabionerana. I would rather we have a system where mbecha tionde urai kuma kimwananchi na taxes ira tukugitwa are accounted for. Na ile accounted for tukero ja mwananchi na we have a deficit of this and this. Then and borrowing out of nowhere while what we already have cannot be seen. So it's quite unfortunate. Na only parliamentarians if you have your interest cha mwananchi uku at heart. Seek amendments budget iwe gakuruke kariu ntikomanya where will be at in 1 year's time.
Kirinka thitira nkuthomete ja rukiri muthenya jogoro obviously barombete kuthirwa akithoma minister kigina mbere ya parliament na narakujiri ni abunge ku obvious parliament MPs wa there na kinya CS barari au lakini mtu onde baraitire different reactions. MPs bamwe iba kupinga bariuga it's a campaign project. And the other CS baku watambaru especially duale no tunene sector when you totally boy exactly supporting it. So kuringana na ugwe mixed reaction hicho kona aja. Maybe at some point nithutoke tegera kona uria budget ekari kana enubeta kuthorokithikira minister wakigina John Badi. Ugwana ndore ugono kona, do you think it should be supported kwethirwa igikurukwa kenda kwethirwa igikurukwa?
Oni maoni jakwa itebati kwethirwa igikurukwa. It should be amended and amended seriously. The borrowing, I think we should be borrowing like half of that. Not 1 trillion is a lot of money. Now we are in debt already. Na in the past financial year torera kwa tuinyirikite ononto we are paying back what we owe. So if we've been paying back what we owe and then we are borrowing tuiromba nande na kunukara. So how is that a solution? Na in the past Kenya infrastructure to kuirera nambi they have been there. Na money has been allocated, but can that money be accounted for? To account for what we have so far mbere nya tutakurombera bibingi. To account for taxes iwiri guru mwananchi agitimbeche nyingi mbecha iwi na iri. Chocho ngwa iwi giti tia kumakire mwananchi imiradi iri kutiraita. So that we see a complete project kana tone project iri musingi ne tojora so that we know we are borrowing for such a reason. Tena ndeno to the campaign season is around the corner na omuntu nakwenda kwethia I have done this for you, I have set this legacy. Na ndeto ikira very ambiguous budgets. Na tuamberia you know what happens during the campaign season is kawedaira project ikiambero within this year the remainder of this year and next year ukethera otimu tutemberete project. Na I think I've said this before. Leaders baba iku mbecha ibi nyati akobo bagatumira. Nonto it is the electionary period ne kwerere na bagatumira mbecha and it starts so many projects but none will ever be finished. Na kinyaba keja kuma itena baraba KATHURE bangi omuntu eja na projects tiawe. Tero kethera unfinished projects taxi to agiterwe mbecha tia akoberwe projects tiethera itigiri ora mtu akudhuru. If they come and go, their projects are left as they are. Kote mtu kwenda gukira project ya mtu ngiari kiria watikira because everyone wants their legacy. So it's a waste of money. It's unfair to mwananchi as it is. Na I believe and I want to believe parliamentarians betu kana MPs betu. Bate tumera bate dorabari re-election oriented, bakeza bai mwananchi oriented. But that comes with time will tell.
Okay.
Time will tell.
Na ndino ntogori uga mwananchi ni bateria gutegerwa
Yes.
ugote gwetikire mbe kuthoro igikorofwa.
Precisely. Yes.
Kurina kulingana ugori uga thirikari ni bateria gutegera mwananchi not more development.
Yes.
So imbi bateria kuthoro ikithithwa ku change nyamoira iji budget iji.
I'm thinking first of all to ambetonye borrowing. Tochoke basically kira Kenya iri mwananchi ni livelihoods. Livelihood is basically food and maybe shelter.
Yeah.
Na as it is right now, kira Kenya goro buru na kira Kenya iri mwananchi is ku afford daily meals. Na I believe oni ndenge gwirwa mono budget iri twikana rere inflated ni agricultural sector kana ministry agriculture. Kwa tuweka cost of production ikunyia. For example, jatu ya Meru 90% of us ya turima ate. Kwa tuweka cost of production ya kurima ni nyitwe. Cost of production ya baraba kurima kawa, cost of production ya baraba kurima majani. So that what they spend in production nonto as it arakura kinyere nande cost of production is higher than the income.
Yeah.
Biro gutumira mundene ukeja utara mathabu jaku bikiumira ndero tikio kuona. Yogwe ngata loss. So if the cost of production was lower, kwa tuika murimi majani etumira so much to produce, akona mbete nyingi. That mtuna ndake thana purchasing power. Na ndikio kona mtore dokone no kwendia akwambia ku benefit nonto kwena cash flow watu wako na pesa. And that in extension ntekumena tanto patogana especially politicians nonto that in extension igatuma politics ya 2027 chidwe very cheap. Nonto you can look at impact ya politics ya economy and politics in two ways. Kwena economy as a tool to politicize. Orana ande budget yu gutumirwa kana miradi yu kuwanga state lodge anga golf course anga whatever igatumirwa ire tools of campaigning. But there is an aspect of birabithi they be affect a campaign chochongwate what has already been done na impact ina ande is between mwananchi na oro kuringiro kura. If we get to 2027 na mwananchi utekia na kyo mko, then politics for the electorate kana baba kuvai aspirants will be very expensive. But if mwananchi has things again tokea wewe then it will be an ideological based campaign. Ikethero re campaign ya issue based. We don't want your handouts. But nande oni jani nkorema non to cost of production ere low kiran kwenda ki barabara kumire binkorema. So ikethero re an issue based. Compared to the mwananchi atena gento, they'll just come out for whoever can offer a certain amount in handouts. So mtokudhugania bwega no kwenda kuringirwa kura, they should be thinking of how to reduce their cost of campaigns by making sure mwananchi ena gento mukone. And that's why inkuga oni mbete iwi kuingio kana nyata access kugitwa if they put them into production ya birato producers Kenyans kera torima blah 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 ekeja outcome nande keja kudora mwananchi aina at least double of income or double the cost of production. Then it will be very easy. Na ndende re de toake chukuru te oniara nkoremo tekangu ito kinya fees we wike chukuru nte kuona toake sibitari I can't even afford health as it is. Be beyond the tabithoki. But what comes first? What comes first? Exactly. Precisely. Yeah.
That's good. That's a good point. Thank you. Kirimantu nandi kuringana device kumba kudrokea thirikari imbe kudroke change ya budget ichi from not focusing on development but kupakwa focus kima to production.
Yes.
In case because maybe kurina monekano they can accept the budget
precisely. Yeah.
Do you think ikethorian equada advantage eco create jobs to Kenyans ikatethiria no even a quarter no kwino bakwethora ikifavor mu Kenya?
Thirikari ika review budget yu na kethero eri mwananchi oriented te maybe government oriented no to mostly towards the electioneering period okeja kuigwa project nene ne kuthithwa project yu ithero era campaign tool ne kethero eri a source of campaign finances for whoever is doing it truth be told waigwa project nene kunenkanirwa kuna oreo kueja na kwibia kuono. That is how they get their campaign resources. So thirikari keja kwithora na interest ya mwananchi at heart. Okay. Na baga tuika kiraba kuongera kana kiraba ku improve the cost of production. Kana not basically cost of production Kenya interest iga tuika iku improve livelihood ya mwananchi so that money is circulating na mtu onde in as much kinyo kethoro te afford bila bionde kwenda we na purchasing power is the basic necessities. You can pay for your school your kids school comfortably nomba ku wita thokone ukagura bia kuria comfortably kinyethera utena menya economy na area has reduced us to food debts marando ya bia kuria marando na maybe fees and rent. But mwananchi akethora are empowered enough to afford all of that naga tuika wikia witigareria nonto Kenyan Siboreri mantaja savings. I think the banks can attest.
Yeah.
Daiji mtu ena target nkethora angu save by the end of the year. Mtu ena target tukethora tukura twanywa and maybe we can live tomorrow. Okay. So bakethora bagu improve livelihood ya mwananchi. I mean, if they want votes, only kethera inin kuba advice na kethe bakwenda kura, that is what they would do. Yeah.
Kiro terero no tudrika thiguru ina mantu ja gike marandu sana iki kwamba kuthoro gikinyiria thiguru ya Kenya and that's by that but kwamba kuthoro bagitegera more equally kwamba kuthoro bakitegera mantu ja gike marandu betegera mantu ja kuna bongwa orija ugwe area sire kubatere kumenya chibatere ku reducewa kenda tukamba kuthora tukiria murigo kwebera murigo jojo ja marando no tubujo andamete mugongo jo Kenya lakini yote kakire budget ichi into bituteri gututero na ndi orija musimamo kana muthunji wa siasa ikuntu kuri kutubatere kuthora tukinamia tumba kuthora reduce reduct kenda tumba kuthora develop nini bechi cha kumba kuthora eberia murigo jo marando.
Thank you. I think President Kibaki na set presidents and if you borrow from his ideology marando jo tobati kwetha terite. Nonto President Kibaki jerea focus on production unkuga kwa tuika nto akurombera Kenyans are empowered by generate revenue abungwa kethara kwe murade jo kwendeka we don't need money from outside revenue ratu ku generate is accounted for na do tumimerenya kuthithia mirandi yu minene je igu kuigwa so I think we are ankothogania thirikari ne go tax the wrong things nonto maybe the cost ya ginto ja moto kana cost ya ginto ja maguta. Tell me why dera taxi kuongerwa ukethera irio bitetie ende ginto ja ntobi nonto these are these same people are the basic producers kana basic manufacturers of these things. Intobere bite basic to mwananchi bite tongawa.
Yeah.
Nonto I want to believe kinya manufacturing na production hiyo no baba nacho. Na marando jabi kwa ja kirombwa kwa wingi jate kuna mwananchi anyway. Jeje takuguna ntobo na ikionda kwera hivi ukaigwa project ye nene. Especially in this electioneering period we jete.
Yeah.
Benefactor munene. Is whoever is issuing that project no rekonenkero nonto daiji arabare position arabare ne guchwa campaign resources and they will get it by whatever means. So if it means borrowing that much and nije infrastructure ukugira me ino tiuma nonto kethara project ya rukiteri 8 million na utintu kuiga kinya tukarito and control of budget to regana retere ya mutu simiti kumireta. So that is how they get their campaign resources. And I want to believe ikege to me budget ya 2026-2027 eri infrastructure oriented. Nonto ekethero eri maybe production oriented. Ugira no gorera fertilizer. Mwananchi atemionete you cannot account for it. But kire mjengo no ugiogorete simiti miuko 5 ukagura iri. So that is basically what happens. Utero mbecheriga tuguna especially in this financial year. Tukethora tuna expectations cha kugunika na mbecheri kurombo. It will not benefit any of us. Ika benefit baba kuromba ite na baba ritene. Exactly.
Nandina tatubateria kuthithia. That kubateria kuthithwa. Kenda gutigira batu a Kenya murigo jo tutike kugwira Kenya nonto if you look at what you say Kenya kana thirikari ite kurikana mu Kenya mono chirikana bongwa ite ko focus more kutetheria Kenya ite ko focus more kuigwa kiriro gya Kenya mono para bakuthoro bakirithika kana bakirira imwana inchoka wainda mu Kenya mu hasla no kumba kuthorwa akirira oro kumara na kireti ya kwendia enkara and everything. Huyo ndio sasa analia na kuringana wate ko umenya mantu ja infrastructure mantu ja yarenda gukirwa kimuturire. And on the other hand tukirithiria na ura thirikari ko focus on development kinya kethira batu itokwenda Kenya bokirwa economically if we focus on kurenkanira mbecha kimantu ja production. Na deje ngiro taletwa development we need something like okima bomwili health nuntunyo bombete kuthora baki focus more you know kigina kimbete kuthora ikitotero na njire nene health itokwenda wa sibitari itokwenda okima boyega bomwili. Number 2 itokwenda kithomo. Obviously we need to equip ourselves, we need to learn. So in the matter of ito kwenda gukiria akenyi ba kwenda gukirwo na gutegerwa antu ba aninchi okawaida the same way kwina motungata jange to kwenda thirikari provide but how we going to manage it nenda tukomba kuthora tuki neutralize kana ku equalize the both of them gutigira mukenya atekurira na gutigira on the other side tutekwagia motungata jange the country needs development.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, basically, how can we strike a balance?
Yeah.
And ikienda ugatiri, if mwananchi was empowered enough, na taxes iria kugitwa ichigutumiro raibati, there should be a balance already. Okay. Balance nebati kwithira kioneka. Nonto if I'm able to nkeja kwithira inkumba probably ntako menyanga kwa example riko ngeja kuthora oni I'm empowered enough kugura mugate on a daily basis kwa nyumba mugate jero jena tax oni nande money circulating nande empowered kethera ndima kethera I kiosk ndina kio kana kethera I a beauty parlor ndeneo anto bena purchasing power non tunande cost of production erende people are getting money. Na rembecha tiauma kire biria tukwendia kana what we basically do as Kenyans ikwithira nande beauty parlor ndinayo kwi mtu kejao na mtu wakeja aina resources iria kwa tiendeka kana nya kioski na kugura mtu aketha na mbecha cia kugura mtu jera jwe taxed tax ire kumake mtu jera kimugate jore kiri mbecha ire nkare gikanju kioski na kio giakwa kiri license ire nkethera ngitite mbecha ichigetau mbecha ire itibati gwikira ndawa itibati ku improve infrastructure you know to it's not like we are starting afresh kama ni hospitali ziko mbere twaka level 5 wingi Meru ri kana mbere twaka maybe level 4 wingi Meru level 4 ire kanyakine ri ina infrastructure ire but kwithira nacho ina enough doctors ndawa iti kwithira tieku kwina system ire gutwika ndawa itathukira timau kanyakine gatena ndawa. No, that's what happens. Watu ikantu kwe mtu kwenda ndawa fulani kanyakine na timau ikuthukira shelf ne cha pharmacy ne tikumenyekerio. No, there is no system in place ya kumenya ina iri na itire. So mbere matu aka level 4 ingiri level 4 iwirio ina ndawa. Ina infrastructure, but how is the mortuary? How is the maternity? How is by na machines iri kwendeka? So ikeja kwithira taxi unkagitwa unire unde empowered kana ri unkumba ku purchase whatever is required. Ikeja kwithira bi unkagitwa bigatumira rabi bati. Like Mwai Kibaki was doing it. There would be no need to borrow. Na there would be no need to burden Kenyans na gwitithia tax kenda tuambie kuria maranduka iri. Yeah.
Thank you. Kiri na ndiki mantu chekini ojiki budget ichi. What if now the MPs meto giuga no betiki?
No betikiri no tutu kiraba kuona kya gatoma betikiri.
What if reject? What will happen?
Baka reject na ndi menya that is what oninde mwananchi nkiaria na mujumbe ko Southmenti mbati kumwirete arengane ya budget hii. Na karegana nayo they are not doing me a favor. They are doing their job.
Okay.
Bakaregana nayo, that is precisely what we want. And we'd appreciate that as mwananchi. Na kuregana nayo is not doing us a favor. It's precisely their job. Non tungugia awe representation, legislation, na kuthithia mawatho. So kuregana nayo kwa is not doing us a favor, is precisely doing your job. Nonto ko batikweja Southmenti ugaturi babore onate.
Okay.
I kanyaki itubukwe brenda tongera level 4 ingi kanyakine kario we kari kana boredugania mbecha iji chikire fertilizer ne majani fertilizer ne chakawa mboleo ne chamarigo kana nya maybe kuonge value addition chamarigo boreona na tababo mba gutetheka. That is what we mean by representation. Te umana ndegwa ku oreo bangira wetauga antopa Southmenti boga wantu. No, that is not it. So if kedra interest tia jumbe betu ne tia mwananchi bakeja kiritwi tubere ba tutakwenda level 4 ingi turenda level 4 iwe kanyakine dithirwa 1 2 3.
But na ndiri bere kinyamba mbakothoro bakithoma budget ichi finance bill ni irario.
Yes.
Finance bill imoswanda budget ikigina kira gitengi. Still ibarathithite maoni ja public participation. Kila counties, kila seme matora uteno gutathithitwe public participation akuwa maoni ja Kenya. Na most of Kenya bature mbere kwithirwa baki agree with it. Na kuringana na minister wa Kigina John Badi araungire this is the first kana it's a budget of people. That means kigina giki kithithitwe accordingly no ria tubakwenda. Ki prioritize it accordingly no ria tubakwenda. Auga kikuringana kigina kiura ki structure to ukuringana thirikari iretire down kuthikira maoni jana inchi kuthikira ura Kenya bakuga kwa kutibatire kutwa kwina complaints ni kuthura etira babikibiki all kind of people bombete kuthura bagi contribute kuita maoni jao kwa maoni jao ijo mbete kuthura jake structure ya budget iliko budget ichi lakini on the review still Kenyans are complaining baliuga tebubo ko baguna and bad aliuga nawe kigina hiki kithithitwe accordingly na antu baba
baka mbandie karega kugo wate nonto mbandia bati kuona feedback ya public participation from the parliamentarians.
Okay.
Kana kumakere MPs. Na sometimes kuringana na interest chanto jara tuga kire public participation ende jaja Kenya na ratu kwendete ja Kenya. So nonto precisely kedorano reno opportunity to attend public participation kana maybe nya reporters benu na area ibadi the news on feedback ya wananchi.
Yeah.
Utenondo na mwananchi akiagree na finance bill area.
Notewe.
Utenondo na akiagree.
It's true.
Na rego atuikana ndi the budget is mwananchi based ndiko menye mwananchi uri kukwari. Nonto personally I don't feel represented kiri statistics you. Nonto uni na bwa kwa inkuregana nayo. na ndiregana na nonto we can have a very fancy hospital in a renal units in a unit cha cancer treatment but if I cannot afford it nonto kinye thera ogono tageta wona ukona president remo akiumira in forum sakauga weta cibitari ugo tirito no kageta kyo witwa but what is happening? What is happening? Wakinya cibitari ukerwa ugatirito probably mbugo kona kithimi kima kabiri no kerwa nande ndawa itiku kithimi kiwe subsidize rate ya 200 ndawa ro tetakugura na 2,500 double standards but it is double standards na there is no point of having a very fancy school if I cannot afford the school. Nonto Kedara capitation ya mwana 19 shillings. Na school fees per year is 30,000. 19 shillings, fraction ya 19 shillings on 30,000 is a percentage ingana. So, topati kwa realistic. Na wauga budget is mwananchi based, let us see it. Na kira maybe politicians beto baterewa mwananchi onarwa te mwananchi 2013.
That's true.
Mwananchi onarwa is very informed. Mwananchi onarwa na babati kuerewa nande the biggest voting pool in millennials na Gen Zs. These are people who went to school during Kibaki era baadho moderi. There was no option ya kutashukuru nontore wateja nontoboy. So these are people who are very informed. Na era ya kuanira na kuingana medho hiyo imepita hiyo. So they should go back to the drawing board. Na ndiba choke batege public participation yongwa iredi ditekire mwananchi. Sio hiyo ingine yao. Hiyo nitakumenya na raba guita.
Kathuare na lino twankwenda tori kira chapter ya budget. Tukitagaira cause right now as Kenyans tukiririkana utongere bwa rais Kibaki na turatwirikana economy yewe and as the years goes mantu charita chakichinchagia budget ijirathomerwe itikumwana ni last year maybe in some other way tukumba kuona bamo bakiuka ni kufiva lakini on the other hand batwe other Kenyans they are complaining na Kenya ibo musingi so orato gwita no mantu jagweta jake chincheki orato gwita no mantu jake chincheki I would like you ombekotoro kiarire kana kiuga what should be done kenda tumba kotoro no to focus kana most of the people bariraira erere Kibaki bariraira kono tongire jabo bariraira koedro bare economy ombekotoro standardize kana iri poa kire ananchi jaira Kibaki but things have changed. Taichi kurina marando ndikuru ya Kenya ikukandana na bonde kuru chehomi. And still no tukuendelea gweta tupijo kagierando. Tuategera GPD kana tuategera kigina kira batu tukumba kodra to kita kiteko ungana yani it's aya kuruki economy yetu. What should be done?
I think to some extent mwananchi are at fault. Nonto ntijembe gutuma torera na nonto twaringire kura cha emotions nonto to some extent they no batwi nonto kedra if a leader prior to election na kugwatithanwa kana na kugwatithanwa na scandals cha wamba na kugwatithanwa na scandals cha plundering public resources na kugwatithanwa na manto gweja tibui na remenya bai na magamba kotini but antopote poto endere muno those are the people we vote for so orera tugatwika naoni advocate for gintu kimwe ntukwera kugatwika Kenyans are not voting nonto bwa regional disparities nonto the most basic tool ya uresi asa Kenya iringa kwa regions now if you trickle down to the even the MCs level it goes as low as clanism okay there are iringa kura na no mwiriga wetu nona uringe kura boetu bote ideology based ideology based is ora maybe in America to na Democrats na Republicans Democrats are known for this Republicans are known for this. Ntukwira kwa tuika Kenyans are voting ideologically. Kana ni mtu oreta ideology gutuika batwe bene ideology na manto jetu jakathitha guona. Mbecha chetu igatumerona. Accountability gateka go in this way. So that rera mwananchi teta kuringa kura, ethero teta kuringira mo aspirant wa certain ideology na ije mbio yongo ndeta kuthura. Election chetu chaere reduced to regions na handouts na emotions. Na ikeja kuthura no tukaringa kura kairi uti mtu nyoba tikumira kiuga atumeteswa tumefanywa. That is our fault. Is the high time to change muringire jetu cha kura turingire kura a system kana na ideology. Not an individual, not a region, not a clan, not a tribe.
Thank you.
Na sio handouts.
Okay, asante. Nandika turikane tumekuthura tukitoneke mantu chekine na ja county. County chetu ni thirito ina mantu ja maingi thirito tukiona tukigwa mantu ja campaign utongeria botu bote kuthura brina mantu ja maingi. Despite all that, Rua gavana wa Meru mutumantu ithingiana ratitite mu chairmanio na narari no bishewe ya ku review mantu jara so far kana development ejo obete kuthura kia chief so far na kire obichi no obete kuthura kia riri kurari na ba trade ba agriculture ba focus ite o kire mantu jara obete kuthura ba kithithia kuringana ugo na report iro mbere kuthura ikejano kwino kweli umbete kuthura ikitetheria public kana kwe progress umbete kuthura ikiumira na kethira kuri na progress kana kuri na promises ira bombere kuthura bagika chumbete kuthura ikitetheria no tukuringana bo baruka kuri na achievement but as per you know they read what they have written.
Exactly.
Lakini ke ogwe kwe buonete o ibatithite bouma kuringana sector uchondi rombere kuthura ikianalyze on tukwe.
It becomes kugejana umo kuaudit kana ku account kana ku put into ku expect accountability from governor ja mutumantu ethinkia. Mutumantu ethinkia terare na manifesto. Na mutumantu ethinkia terare na promises kere Meru. It's true. At any point. So it becomes very difficult to demand anything from him. Na that aside, you cannot compare leadership where Berwini County Assembly of Meru na leadership of Mutuma. There might not have been much done, but at least onikira mpomba kuga he deserves credit ikuithira kuina some kind of balance. Gutena victimization ya region tirete in support. Nonto if you ugatega across the wards Kinya MCs barabate in support they have something going on in their wards. So in as much as ni kwena umo coordinate mtuja governor mutuma nonto miaka thara kwena manifesto to make twachoka tugeka reports bathomaga then we compare notes. But gote promises ya tuete. Now I'm not saying that what he's doing as a favor. He's not doing as a favor non tumbeche tia roketi. Kwena mbecha from the treasury na kwena revenue kinyebwa wengo ku generate from the county level. Ege takirige na bia county bila bati gutumira in resources. What was read, much of it is a vision. That has not been actualized. But ntiomba kuga nothing has been done. You can see you can at least see attempts. Nonto I think this is the first time he's using his own budget. Na I can say iko kuonania kuena goodwill na kuena attempts. To at least to deliver something before time we were at the 2.5 years either. But much of what was read was just a vision. And it gives us now itwanande ora governor tarakanide ugari unemetho. So now let's give it time to there are not most of it is maybe at the grassroots to ambiriti tia tuone resources irekire this financial year together tiri accounted for. And I want to say that itemized budget area assembly is going a long way into kuensure bira mwananchi etete in the public participation bira itemized in the budgets ibiubi kwithora bikithigwo compared to the previous seasons where era abogeta west na rambumete iri na mbetana. How that money is spent, how that money will be spent, whatever priority will be given, can a project priority was left for the politicians to decide. But kiri itemized budget at least vile mwananchi umaira na impendete Meru nonto public participation cha county level iba umaira na wengi and they give their views. Na ndenda go comment mo Meru nonto mai kainge especially kiri public participation cha national government be expecta ubachwe umenyora baga kinya venue no umenyora bakana but at the county level people show up anto pa umera ki wow na bakaija na maoni jao na itemized budget is going a long way into at least making kinya darati on data tonya priority project ira bedara bayejene igatwika ire arokitro mbecha specifically kedra ibarabara kuma kionyo kuina magaturi niwe yaandiki in the itemized budget, so it's going a long way. But Governor Mutuma has a lot to prove to Marians. Nande tomoemedo tone project iwa kwamberia kana kwenda actualize at the county level tigana flagship project from the national government with his own revenue. Yes.
Tukiariria mantu chuja project yu kana programs yu chambere kuthura ikirivyu kana iria ko stand kwambiria nire ko chikwethurwa chi consider ko favor kana kutetheria mukari mono
especially from the Kenya menya project remote ya project sire nyingi cha Governor Mutuma by extension tiri ngwana na vision ya national government na besides normal project cha county government ya kudhidia barabara siwa systems ndoje dontomewas na culverting ya barabara cabro pavings na maybe ndawa Chibitare na basic infrastructure cha Chibitare. Those I agree with. Only iwi ngwetikanira natio and I buy them. Nonto that is the basic role ya devolved units. Kureta resources to the grassroots. Na resources jeindo giratia basic stuff, I agree with them. But kuna projections governor wetu akubuy from the national government that nkudhugania issued nabati kwithirwa agisikmo indulgence kumakire mwananchi mbere atigura kana before buying them kana mbere atietikiria nonto nande no kuona he is going head on with the electorate ba Meru nonto maybe bagotwika kwena projection state lodge Marians have issue na rate itakwa kwena projection ya golf course na kwena projection ya airstrip. Governor Mutuma I think if he were to be his own man, for lack of a better word, agatwika irungama na musimamo jwawe menya gakwendia areoneja kago put interest cha national government mbere kinyeti yawe, which does not make sense. Na opposition kana opposition irago face in Meru right now iri umana na wego twika a project itamono interest ya national government anto nyati awaza person. So ntikumenya ategete mantu jawe na ango iriku kana ntikumenya ura kuthugania ka defend gite kiawe by projecting kana presenting precisely what the electorate is against.
Okay. Tukerire na jewa kuma kuthurwa focus more on ku implement development cha national government wakibwa state chibuburetete na mwere nyingi mono katikati acha county ya Meru papatire nonto antu bariuga ka gutumira kifua kwenda kureta state lodge areas the akari pate gwetikiria but we kulingana wali lazima yumba kwethero iria kwaja milioni. So ugo kulingana ugo no kona ikifua kiwa gutumira kureta kana yu kwe umigwa kona na irina yo state lodge.
State lodge has close to minimal impacts. Non to it's just ija kwethera tena state house Meru. Maybe a president amba kwethera ki holder meetings, ara leadership cha Meru amba kwethera bakimo mita, ara maybe well tekere ndoku nonto twina yo tempo ngeria ndoku but kiria Merians bena thina nakyo orambugira kaire ni resources ugo no kuimagine resources kana revenue rega ika put into work a state lodge. What is the point of having a state lodge? Imagine if when a state lodge Meru and the president is around and then there is this traffic kumagi kumena mwanka mugutano. Mimi I would rather mbete hii waka state lodge chikere duo carriage. Kana nya duo carriage kuma gikomene to makutano fast. That is a priority. Re affect Americans especially the jabaraba itango gitauni on a daily basis na bakia no ogoro. That is ewi peni ramo na nchi derane aina yo on a daily basis compared to a state lodge that president can come once in a year or not come at all. Na ngwetikia kira atuma mwananchi atuika ina thina nayo muno. Besides the resources iregeta kireo, non to the feeling is that it's a misplaced priority. Kwena intobire bingi binyiriti mu Meru. Anto a state lodge. John tumbugire ibatu enekere bei fertilizer majani ne kawa. Na kurinabia kurinabira to kurimabia mbokando na marigu. Batu chuere plant ye ko add value marigu jeto anto atuenda area anto beta ko add value batu enda area products afterwards to produce to ingwa arima Merianti barare mere avocado in a large scale batu akere plant ye go process avocado yu to enda ge products to add value to enda ge add there are so many things umba go to the areas Merians na mbecha yu na maybe project inge ja airstrip. The biggest pain ira mu Meru na kwithirwa igakwa muitone na ikomba kwithirwa igikosi maybe deforestation. Na murimi kaire deforestation means mbrenye means kwaga irio. Na kio kinana giotuma beta head on na mwananchi. Na maybe mu Meru nyoro kara Meru town kana makutano kana test that already kwena water rationing. Watu ikarima roje rueja twice a week or once a week. And you depend on your own storage. Akaja kwethero we are already rationing water in Meru. So kugita muito joinya as small as 20 acres is more harm than good. Na kedre ya strip kwenda kwakwa kwena ya strip ni gazetted already in Meru. Chile gazetted already wako itiaki. Reto geto gita muito na tuena chile gazetted na china iwanja. Doesn't make sense. Golf course is also not bad. Lakini kuna miunda ya county kana ya public land in so many other places doesn't have to be in the forest. Kira kinena gitumete a Meru bethero baina omo bagwitikira project yu besides resources ira igwitakiretio ni kutuika ire dithiro muitone. Golf is not a government project. Wote mbeta tida tia roketi tia government kudithia freelancing projects dayu. Kiuria kia mu Meru ire wonija mu Meru nde benefit yata na golf course. Nondo golf course igeta na golfers baba chera golf teu. Munda jore tukethara jueja nina na county kethero elisete tukona revenue kana national government kethero ekirisi kana ba munda jueja ni atia. What is the policy? Policy ne rekononto rera on the project ikodido kana serikali kwa allocate mbecha to a unique project like that ikubati kutha kwina policy ya ilisi na peano aje nonto muito tajo eja na go kinya ogo kenda thai gwita kuanda mite muitune you can write a proposal ogeta muitune ara kithoka ukauga ndenda eka ijire ndemeku mungao nkianda mite mite ekwe kuragwa tweka gutumba kurimeka karimbo mamuito so you benefit by kiro gwitaku na muito na juju benefit na mite go kethro andite na mite ekwe keja koma unafukuzwa mite ekwe gatwikote anda unafukuzwa so kethra project jaiu ugatwika no kwewa no gwitoga 6 special license ya kurima muitone but nande Kenya Wildlife Services kana forestry imbio yongwe ka benefit nayo nonto at this point muito joto ja Meru majo tikarira jo akari ijo agitangirwe na kira kingi gikugi chomoro so teka tutekuga muito jo tipati kwa improved but Meru na pati kwirwa golf course yakwa ikithithwa irithithwa no munda jojo eja ni atia custodian your space we golf no lisi uri who is benefit Meru mbia konako right same case Meru na kadidwende onerwa what they stand to gain but mbere nyatu onerwa the forest should be out of the question itonerwa bigiaka kwa kungi itonerwa bigiaka kwa kungi kethra golf ibati gwakira rungurwa miti nite yako nara rire bande miti no baringire roji miti yume bachethera rungurwa miti if the point is to be in a forest make your own artificial forest you have the resources
ndino tuno kupinga yombe kuthurega kirwa muitune koti ni rombete kuthurikirita direction kana order ya kuga
kurungamia
miti komba kuthurwa iki temangwa lakini rumors nishombete kuthurikiumira already bambirite kugita miti na mobitha bokari but ina force like miti yombe kuthurwa igite mangwa nene ambiriti na nyuma ya koti kuthurwa ikirungi kauntu jabobo imbio bakuthurwa kiarire matrejo
only thogania at the county assembly level kana mature nejetu itudurite MCs betu na there is a reason why twethera twina leaders bagutu represent tutethera tukithi represent twinde nonto twinde tutumba kugia assembly tunenkanera views tietu as wananchi and maybe not about chweja babu tugeta conference tukaga we don't want this but at the end of the day kuna bara legislators babati kumenya procedure bati kudingaterwa nonto especially projects jeu kubati kudwa kuna extensive public participation na public participation yontamigwa na I want to add county assembly to Meru MCS beto tukagwa abo kiona and I want to tell them categorically that re-elections tiao na kuona kura kwao in the next term will be highly pegged on this project ikeja kwithora igakuruka na kifua wikuri igakuruka na idwe against the will of Merians basi tupatane na nyinyi kwa debe nonto in a country like Kenya a democratic country there is not much you can do on your own ugono idorana principles tiaku and you follow the right thing na blah 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 but there is always the political impact na political impact neither really nene na influence yeku as an electorate kana mwananchi ni mtoreo gekira ugo represent na competence mtoreo gekira ugo represent so ikeja kuthore kadhido na kifua na twina elected MCAs but maybe ja advocates baraba advocate for the betterment ya mwananchi tukaumera na tukaria batatomba gwita mwito na turinga mpepa bakugitano we cannot so at the end of the day it trickles down to leadership iratu inatio na representation iratu inatio na I think na ikiombugere moving forward mwananchi na thogani ora komba kwithirwa kiringa kura based on systems and ideologies tukaringa kura cha handouts tukaringa kura cha emotions na tukaringa kura cha regions kana individuals if a certain maybe political party and ideology kariona na expectation is that a political party nyachiche do chire ideology based John Tumbwere example Democrats na Republicans. Political parties ikethoria ideology based, me ideology with the structured. So regardless of what they bring, represent whatever kadre to represent that ideology is who we vote for. Regardless of what they are, regardless of where they come from. Ukeja kwithura na ideology tukuringira kura, handouts itemata, regions itemata, tribes itemata, na individuals will not matter.
Okay.
The ideology will matter. Now ni otumba kuambira ku make change. So that now kenda na ndio hold accountable, maybe the party, the political party kana the flag bearers of that ideology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ntuba time na mathai jombere kuthwara kisonga muno. Nkomba kuthwara ngikuria kiuria kira tukomba kuthwara tukirikiria nakio. Thirikari kifua kiu no kio gikutumira kiri kureta facility ya Ebola ruterero la Ethiopia. Government interest and government ni kukwithirwa at the same time governor Mutuma is using the same thing force ya gwaka state lodge. And the same thing, thirikari nene iritumira force yo kuleta facility ya Ebola ruterero la Ethiopia.
Ora nkwerere electioneering period manta mengi muno. Na especially incumbents barabara itene for them is do it or do it.
Yeah.
Na resources ni kuendeka. Na for them the end will justify the means. And the end for them is being kana maintaining positions, kana defending their positions. Na regardless of how they get resources to defend these positions, whether it is for the good or bad of wananchi, they don't care. Na keja kutuika kwe na maybe a kind of support, kana some kind of resources ikuijania na the American government, maybe to the presidency, kana to whoever is involved maybe in the health sector. Ekeja kuthora kuikioba kuona. Then the end for them is what they get. The means is whether we die of Ebola or not. Kiraba kuona mwicho nekio ka justify uraba akione. Regardless of the you know the maybe collateral baraba ka collateral roga ko Ebola kana roga infected you become now collateral damage. So as uratuga Niccolo Machiavelli was an realist. Nano the end will justify the means. Even if the means killing a few. So that is what it is.
Yeah, it's true.
Na ekeja kwethorwa governor Mutuma maybe if support from the national government for his re-election is pegged on those projects going through, then even for him, the end will justify the means. Even if the means meaning, mugutano bukona roji once a week, mito egiti, tukona mbura once a year, that is the means. For him, the end is re-election.
So, interest chiampere.
Yes, precisely.
Thank you sana. Thank you sana nontoba kuwatana na bauti. Okuba kutoro kitari ya manto katomba. Ini beto ibutiro tukebera mutambo. Ni kutoro kiariria mukari wa Meru TV, mukari wa Meru County na muridiri wa Meru TV mbekudoro kibera wantu kiugo na kigire no tongere kana mantu eche titena mbere kuthithika. Orang kugete au nyuma onyanka aje muringi kura change we onda to advocate for change we onda to gwetia na irero bibi onda to korera. The time has come for us to make the change. Na tukeja utweka tukarera kaire in 2028 utwato batikorerera na ndi mtu akira thina ciawe nonto itweja opportunity to decide ndegoro yetu igeta na mbere hata for the next 5 years. Na opportunity we janagia na kibande gyaku na akiri yeku this time around tugakamata ibande akinya akiri twejacho kituone kuringa kura na
siasa yu tia ntura yetu, mtu wetu, mwana wetu, icho itutonye tia authority. Na kuendera kingi tutaratu na kyo kia ntubara the most scandalous, the most vicious. Tutuike nande ine tugutega moral code. Tutumira some moral kidimi kia morals tia mtu. Tuidura mtu the kind of person you're voting for. Nuntu ikeja kuidura ndirari muamba. Kundingira kura na gumbita mhesh does not change my character. Ngatura ndi undirari. Now what I do should not surprise you. Bitapati ukumakia kagu kuangaratani. Ikeja kuidurwa I am a leader. Na inkumire kurunga mainde pondium kurumana. Imbibi otoma expect wana nkera kura nterumana. I'll do that. That's me. Na inyo ringera kura. And it is wrong of you to expect me, to expect any different of me. So, to ringe kura tina some kind of moral code. To ringe kura tina ideology based. Na tukaringa kura tia emotions. Nonto au Kenya tuitirite. We are about to vote emotionally again. And we are about to suffer for another 5 years. Tugatera kairi for another 5 years. Na nande 2028 ngejo temana nago kiuga sibitari tena ndawa impengo kulinga. Nonto that was your fault. That was your fault. And by extension baraba uga terikari ni atunyamari denti mara kuringa kura. Iguo linga iraba batibu kura yu. Nonto if you don't vote, you're giving room for the wrong votes. Iguo kueja na kanyaga kuringira bobati kuendeka. So kila mtu atokea vote so that we make a change, so that we define our future as the voters.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Murithiro Meru TV ni watu gwikira gatanta kiri mubango jetu ojora bamba kuthora bokitaro na bwero boringe kura buri metho na bukaringa kura gukurukira emotions. You just vote kuringana na untu buri ukona pokomba kuthora bokigutethia ritu KATHURE wa MBURUGU tukathora tukigwatanira na baubwe wona cherunga mabwe katha imwe na nusu chio koronge kore tamburukiria makondo jwa nteto ukebia mitambo.